Welcome back to the Queen Rising podcast. And today I have something very, very special for you. So, if you're new here, my name is Misty and I am an energy and alignment coach. I have been coaching women on and off since 2015. And in 2020, I went and got certified as a life path astrology reader. So I do offer personal readings. I incorporate health and wellness, astrology, and feminine embodiment practices to help you come back, reclaim your confidence, and feel more like yourself again. If you're watching on YouTube, I want to thank you, especially if you are participating in the scavenger hunt that I have going on. So over on Instagram, I have been planning a scavenger hunt. So yesterday, there was a hint in one of my posts, and today there will be another hint, and tomorrow there will also be a hint. And the first person who messages me all 3 hints, either DM or email, you will get a special prize. The grand prize winner gets a 60-minute one-on-one call with me, a natal chart reading, and I also have a runner-up who will get a chance to get into my Rise and Shine course. So I have just been having so much fun with this little scavenger hunt. So there's still time, if you're watching this on YouTube, there's still time to go over to my Instagram and see if you can find the clues. And I will be closing down the scavenger hunt on Friday of this week. But today I want to talk about morning rituals that can manifest magic. So I have been manifesting since before I knew what manifesting was. Let me know in the comments if you are new to manifesting or if you are a pro at manifesting. So my manifestation journey started in the very beginning of my weight loss journey. So if you're not familiar with my story, I had a pattern of emotional eating and binge drinking, and I had problems in my relationship until one day I decided that I wanted to put all that behind me, and I wanted to be mentally stable and emotionally stable and physically stable, financially stable, and I knew I had to get my confidence back in order to do that. So I went on this health journey, and prior to this, I never could stay consistent on a meal plan. I couldn't stay consistent on a workout plan. However, I knew I had to do things differently this time. And so I got out a notebook and I started journaling, and I started writing out my gratitude and affirmations and all this stuff. And all of a sudden, I found myself staying consistent on my diet. I found myself staying consistent on my workout plan. But the things I was writing down started coming true. And I remember this one time, several months in, I wrote down that I wanted my kids to become my alarm clock. And at the time I was running an in-home child care center, and I had kids coming in as early as 6:30 in the morning. And I just remember feeling like I wish I could just sleep in and my kids could be my alarm clock, my own kids. And then I remember the day that I decided to close down that childcare business because my weight loss coaching clients, I had matched my income. And I remember I went back to my journal where I wrote down that I wanted my kids to become my alarm clock. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it happened. It really did come true. So I want to talk to you about my manifestation practices and rituals. And I encourage you to try them out and see if it makes a difference in your energy, in your confidence levels, in your mood. So let's talk about the morning routine. The morning routine is so, so important because it sets the tone of your day. Have you ever woken up in a rush, like you're late and all of a sudden you're grabbing coffee on the way to work, you're rushing out of the house and you forgot your computer, or you had to go back to the house for something, and your whole day is just like in a tailspin because you started in a rush, versus when you start your morning from a grounded place of waking up slow, and maybe you got an alarm clock and you had time to have your coffee and you were able to settle into the morning at your own pace. There's just a different kind of energy. So the morning really sets the tone of your day. And I want you to understand that you get to set the tone of your day. How you start your day depends on you. So let's talk about your mind, your body, and your energy levels, and how you can use the morning to set up your day and how it's going to help you manifest better and faster. So I'm outside, and I hope you cannot hear the alarm, the lawnmower that the next door neighbor is mowing his yard. Hopefully it's not too big of a distraction. But it's just so nice outside. It's so nice and cool, and I wanted to be outside to do this. So manifestation really starts in the mind. The thoughts you think every single day. We have the same thoughts over and over and over, but you get to determine what those thoughts are. And manifestation is all about what you believe to be true. It has to do with your intentions. And so how you think about your day, your life, your body, all of that is planting seeds for what you want to become true. And going back to my original story about my weight loss journey, I started writing down my affirmations. I started writing down that I'm a consistent person. I'm always persistent with my workouts. Actually, I look forward to my workouts. I'm excited for my workouts. I love to eat healthy. And I started reprogramming my mind. And what ended up happening is all of a sudden I was starting to look forward to my workouts. And I was like, whoa, this has never happened before. And so there are different things we can do with the mind. But the most important is just to set your intention. Get clear with your own energy and what do I want this day to look like? So I already shared with you a little bit of things we can use. We can use gratitude, because you can't be in a state of worry and gratitude at the same time. And gratitude is like a magnet for abundance. You can use appreciation. So similar to gratitude, I'm grateful for the sunshine. I appreciate the sun that I get on a daily basis because it gives me so much energy. Appreciation is like gratitude on steroids. You can also use affirmations. So affirmations is like I am statements. And I use those early on in my weight loss journey. I would say I am consistent. I am steady. I can't think of some. Depends on what your goal is. I would say I am confident. I am smart. I am strong. And the most important thing with affirmations is it's important to feel it. You can't just say it. I want you to feel it in your body. Anchor it in. And so that can bring us to the next point of the body, is how do you feel in your body and how do you want to feel in your body? And I work with a lot of clients in health and wellness. They are burnout, they have low energy, they're not working out, they're struggling with their weight, they maybe are frustrated with the scale. So we want to really think about, how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel? Not what you do feel, because when you focus on how you don't want to feel, you're just attracting more of that. But how do you want to feel? And start magnetizing that feeling in your body. So if I want to feel vibrant, how can I feel vibrant right now? what's that going to feel inside my body? What's it going to feel like when I'm confident in my clothes? And now there is something to be said about moving your body in the morning. There is just, whenever I work out in the morning, it magnetizes my energy. My energy goes through the roof if I get my workout in the morning versus not in the morning. And there's a lot of science behind this. And what you do first thing in the morning, we've already talked about it, sets the tone of your day, but it also amplifies your intentions. So if you want to be a fit and healthy body, doing push-ups in the morning, it signals something in your brain that, oh, I already am healthy and fit. So if it's an anchor. So how you want to feel and whatever your goal is, if you can anchor it in first thing in the morning, especially if you can incorporate your body in the process, that is a very powerful way to anchor in your manifestations. And next, we want to talk about your energy, because manifesting, it is very much about your energy. And if you're feeling good in your day, you're going to manifest faster versus if you're sad or you're gloomy or you're in a bad mood. You can manifest in those states. It's going to come faster and easier if you're in a state of joy or love or happiness. So I want you to check in with your energy on a regular basis of like, how am I feeling? And there's different things that we can do to raise our energy and raise our vibration. The foods you eat affect your vibration. How you move your body affects your vibration. We've already talked about your mind. The thoughts you think. Okay, sorry I cut out. Mercury is still fucking with me. I will tell you right now, the second clue, part of the scavenger hunt, is the word align. So that is your second clue. But let's talk. So the manifestation process is all about your intentions, the intentions you set, and then it has to do with how you feel in your body and trusting yourself and your belief that you can have what you actually want. You can make it happen. It has to do with your confidence and your ability to trust yourself. Now, I am teaching this so much deeper in my upcoming Rise and Shine course. It is a 6-week self-paced course. Now, if you're watching this in real time, as I'm recording this, I'm going to go through it with you, and there will be weekly drops with a private Telegram group. However, if you're watching this in the future, it's going to be self-paced. But the Rise and Shine course is where we take these practices and incorporate it into your daily life. I'm going to help you create a morning ritual that works for you. I want to help you create a manifestation process that fuels your energy and your confidence and your manifestations. Now, if you want to join me, you can join the course now. We are going to start on the 28th of August in a couple weeks, and it's $111. I wanted to keep this super affordable for you because this is the entry level up